All right, so today we're going to talk about drones. Hey guys, welcome to First Reveal, the channel where we talk tech, cameras, all the things in between, and help you decide if it's worth your money or if it's a big waste of time. We're talking FPV drones today. Easiest known by the obnoxious goggles and first-person view. So back in 2020, 2018, something like that, I don't remember exactly when, I decided to try and get into FPV drones. And I bought the DJI FPV. It was where at least I was at the time, the easiest way of getting into it. Goggles, drone, etc. I flew it a couple times and it scared the living shit out of me. Didn't know how to fly. I crashed a lot. Didn't feel comfortable flying it. I decided to take a quick break from it. I wasn't feeling confident. I was a little scared of damaging something or breaking the drone and not being able to afford repairing it. I wasn't doing any kind of cinematic work at the time. I didn't have a camera like this, and I wasn't working. It was just a little side project, a hobby at that point. And, I'd come from doing wedding videos and some production stuff back in like 2014, but a lot of my equipment had gotten old or outdated, or I had a business partner that moved his business to California, and so therefore I lost half of my equipment that I was able to use. And long story short, I wasn't doing a creative thing. And so I was flying this drone and it scared me, and I just decided to just stop. It was cool, but I didn't think it was for me. Fast forward to the DJI Avata. I believe that was 2001 or 2002. I can't remember exactly when. I got that, and I wanted to try again. I have a bad habit of not giving up on things, and when I decide to do something with it, I spend way too much money. So I got the Avata, and that was right around when I got some, issues stemming from having COVID, and I ended up having like a really sore neck for, on off for like 3 or 4 years. Come to find out later, it was something completely, I'm not going to say unrelated, but it wasn't COVID related. It was another issue, now solved, but I don't want to bore you with that. So I flew the Avata. I really started to kind of like it, but I didn't like having the goggles on my head pulling forward because with a sore neck, it was causing issues. So I, once again, decided to take a break from it. And during that time, I had also used several simulators to get some practice flying, liftoff, and let's see what else, trip. There was another one, but long story short, I still wasn't doing it on the regular. I did try and build my own drone, and I'll show a quick clip here of what that looks like. And I crashed it and broke my GoPro, like first or second flight. So you guessed it, once again, took a break. Fast forward, I built another drone. No, I bought the iFlight A85, and I flew it around. I thought, oh, well, this is a micro drone. I'll be able to fly it through the house. I was completely wrong. I'd gotten the 4S version, and dear God, the power of that thing was insane. Not able to fly through the house at all. At that point, I didn't realize flying inside was one of the hardest things you can do in FPV, and I, felt very defeated again. So 2024 rolls around. I decided to give it another try. I'm now kind of dabbling in some cinematography, and just have a lot more want to give it a go. The neck thing had been pretty much solved. I didn't have any excuses anymore, and I decided to try a simulator, like full blown go into it. And I found Joshua Bardwell's videos on how to practice and get better in a simulator. Um, and so I followed through his training and techniques and fell in love with it. And I was like, this is, what I want to do now. Not exclusively, but, as a hobby. And so I said, okay, I need to buy something that I can fly around the house or in the backyard, not a full-blown 5-inch. Spoiler alert. I bought the Beta FPV Air 65. And as you can tell, it's definitely not in the same state that it once was. I've probably beaten the living hell out of this drone more than it probably deserves. But after feeling confident in the simulator, I got this and decided, let's go. So I had my DJI stuff, and I decided, okay, I'm going to buy analog goggles and analog controller, remote. Best decision. I ultimately would highly recommend anyone who wants to start an FPV to get one of these. I have some footage I'll put up on screen, but basically it was, I'm not going to say unbreakable, but I have crashed this little drone 100+ times. Oh! At least I got it on here. It's 3 or 4 canopies, a bunch of propellers. I had one motor wire desolder itself, and I just went and resoldered it. That was easy to fix. And I finally broke the canopy. So I was looking at getting it replaced, and I decided to go ahead and upgrade the motors to the Champion Edition, so the 30,000 kV motors. Mind you, the other thing that I was doing was I have a very hyper puppy, and trying to get something to run the energy out of her has been impossible. Well, these little guys, and I've tested to make sure, I've shoved my finger in the prop while it's spinning, it doesn't hurt. It just kind of immediately stops, and that's at full spin. So I use it to run her around the backyard, and she chases it. It's kind of like a job. I wouldn't recommend anything bigger than maybe the 75, because anything bigger than that, obviously, the props can hurt her. So and yes, I did shove my finger in the prop of the 75 as well. If it's going to be a potential hurt for her, then I want to make sure it, I'll test it first. But yeah, so I got the analog goggles. I flew this around. I really did find having her chase it was a huge obstacle. Besides going, around and flying in general, if I'm low to the ground and she's chasing it, she can grab it out of the sky. And she does several times in some of the footage I'll put up. I definitely think this is the way to start FPV. Don't start something big. Don't start DJI. I think I probably paid $250 US for the Air 65 set of Beta FPV goggles. They're box goggles. They're not the greatest goggles. They get the job done. And the little Beta FPV controller 3, I think is what it's called. And then some batteries. And this taught me how to fly more than anything else, even more than the simulator. Obviously, the simulator teaches you memory and how to do things, but when you get out into the real world, it doesn't feel the same, and it's very intimidating. So I really think flying this around has made a huge difference. And I then decided to go ahead and get the 75 just to have a second one, because this one was breaking down every, 5 to 10 flights, because I hadn't replaced the props. The motors were the old ones. The frame was cracking. The canopy was cracking. I did lose a camera at one point. So ultimately, $250. I think I paid $18 for a set of 6 canopies, $14 for 2 backup frames, like $8 for a backup set of props, and then $20 for the new camera, and that was all that I had to replace. Upgrading the motors was just a fun, cool little thing, and that was like $41. So all in all, probably another $100, and it flies like a bat out of hell. I'll put an audio clip of the sound. It's insane. The 75 I switched over to, or in conjunction with, flies a lot smoother. It handles wind a little better. Being outside, it does a little better. I started practicing power loops and things like that with this guy. As you can see, I have broken some pieces here and here, and I'm trying to get it to focus, but it's not liking it. The canopy here is broken now, so this one, has gotten beat up as well. I was out trying to film rollers with my buddy, and I had taken the DJI Air 3, and I was doing some chases, and it was cool, but, it is what it is. And I wasn't loving the footage. So I'm flying the Avata 2, and my buddy's driving my car, the WRX, the red one. And I'm chasing, as you often see FPV drones do. I'm not 100% confident this was actually before I messed with the Air 65 too much, and but after I'd done a lot of simulator. And so I'm flying the Avata 2, and he's going, 30 miles an hour, and I am full tilt trying to keep up. I am going as hard as I can. I tried normal mode, definitely couldn't keep up. Tried sport mode, no, not at all. Switched it to manual, and I kept it really high. We're in the desert, so I don't want to crash into any cactus or trees or anything like that, because A, getting to it would be hard. B, I just don't really want to crash. And so I got some cool shots, but it just didn't feel right. I wasn't able to keep up, and that's when I decided to buy the 5-inch. So I bought the 5-inch. I bought, the 75 and the 65, and I've now flown every day for 3 weeks, maybe a month, in my backyard at least. Or I'll take this one out and go fly at the park, or I would take this one out and do some test footage. It's amazing. I am in love with it, and I want to keep doing it. I just wanted to throw up a video tonight and, just talk about some thoughts. It's really more of just a quick little talking head, and I'm just excited to be flying drones again. But like I said, if you asked me 6 months ago what would be better to buy first, I would have probably told you DJI, because it has the assisted modes and it's safer. But really, I think you just rip the Band-Aid off. You get the cheaper stuff that you don't really care if you break. Let's be honest. If you buy DJI, any of the FPV systems, except for maybe the, what is it? The Neo. The Neo itself is $200. Then you have to buy a controller, and you have to buy goggles. And I think the N3s are somewhere around $200, and a controller is somewhere around $200. So, you're sitting there at $600 minimum, and that doesn't include extra batteries and things like that. You go Avata, you're in $900 to, I think, $1,300 or $1,400. The FPV and all of those were the same thing. So, I mean, I just have trouble pushing that when you can get something like this and a set of goggles. It's not indestructible, but damn if it doesn't really teach you how to fly tiny whoops. And that, in my opinion, translates a hell of a lot better into something bigger than just a simulator. Now, saying that, practice on the simulator first. You have to. I have zero association with them, but watch Joshua Bardwell's videos on how to start FPV flying in simulators. It was a huge benefit to me to learn, how to do some of the maneuvers, how to turn, all of that. I'm really enjoying the FPV thing, and I'm going to put some footage throughout, this clip and show off some of the crazy things that, I've done, and hopefully I continue to fly more and more and more and more and get even better. So, until then, see y'all on the next one.